Hello, YouTube. So I've been doing some lines and playing around, ratios of cards and everything, and I've got sort of the first iteration of my deck here. I'm going to go through the deck list, and then I'm going to do some test hands, show some lines that can play around cards like Nibiru and Infinite Permanence, and things like that. Cool. So to start off, we've got 3 Neptibus, obviously the most powerful card in the deck. Triple Dragoons. Not a whole lot's changed post-banlist for the main deck. We've got Triple Squad, Triple Abyss Frame, the single Heavy Infantry. We've got Double Poseidra, Triple Abyss TS, 1 Coelacanth, Triple Abyss Pike, and the Riptolphin. And then we've got the 1 Deep Sea Minstrel and the Barrier Statue. So before the list, I was on the modern build. I feel like it's not as strong anymore without Toad to back it up. You can do Statue and Mermail Glacier, but I felt like that was a little bit bricky. So at the moment, we're just going with the Statue and backing it up with strong synchros. Then we've got the 1-1-for-1, the single Abyss Sting Triana. I'm not too sure on this. The revive isn't needed for the combos that I've been doing, but I do think the shuffle back from grave might be useful. This could very easily be cut. That's all the spells, just the 3. And then we've got Triple Fuelos, Triple Perulia, Triple Ash Blossom, Triple Impulse, Triple Impermanence, and we've got the 1 main deck Virtue Stream. This card could be side decked, but I do think it's worth playing in general. Then for the side deck, we've got the Virtue Dragon to search the Virtue Stream, as well as add a card back, usually Prince. We've got the Snowdust Giant to trigger the Dragoons. Stealth Kragan, pretty good inboard piece, quick effect, pop something, do a bit of burn damage. It also turns all monsters into water. So against Fiendsmith decks, they can't link off into their Fiendsmith link monsters, which is pretty powerful. We've got the 1 Abyss Trite, 1 Abyss Gaius, and the 1 Poseidra Abyss. That's it for the Xyz. And for the synchros, we've got White Aura Porpoise, Monoceros, Deep Deep Madonna, Dragite, Xingying, and Ice Jade Gamere. So we got those 6 synchros, and then we've also got 3 link monsters, Coral Anemone, Abyss Alacia, and Neptibus. So the combo can choose between either a level 10 or a Dragite, so it depends what's better in the matchup, really. However, one of those 2 could be cut to add something else in quite easily. And then for the side deck, this is not set in stone by any means, but we've got Triple Artifact Lancia, our 3rd Poseidra for going 2nd, 2 Deep Sea Minstrel for going 1st, 2 Meows, a Call by the Grave, and we've got a little Thrust engine as well. So we've got 3 Thrust, a Deep Area, a Sanctum, and a Karma Cannon. Cool. Alright, let's do some test hands, and I'll show you some of the lines that I've sort of been playing around with. Alright, so we'll do a quick shuffle up. And all the lines I've been testing have sort of been based around being able to play around Nibiru, so getting off that early minstrel to take out of their hand. If they open 2, then you're in trouble, but that would have been the case anyway. Okay, so this hand's not amazing because we've also managed to draw the Coelacanth, but we'll see what we can do. So we'll go Teus, pitch Coelacanth, and we'll add with Teus. We'll add Shadow Squad. Then we'll Sidra, sending the Shadow Squad. Shadow Squad effect. We can summon Neptibus. Neptibus effect will send Dragoons, and we'll add a Dragoons. Then Dragoons will trigger. We can get our Minstrel. So we want 3 summons at the moment, so we'll do the Minstrel. Take out their Nibiru, so they don't have that anymore. Put it there. Put that down. So the Nibiru is gone. Then we'll trigger the Dragoons Engrave. We can add Hennessy Serpent, so we'll go ahead. I guess we'll just add the heavy infantry. There's not really anything else worth grabbing, so we've been through a lot of stuff now. Now we can go make a rank 7. Let's try it. We'll put it up in the EMZ. And we'll use the effect to bring back Coelacanth. We use Coelacanth. We can pitch the heavy infantry, well the Fugulo's probably better in this example because it's completely dead. And we'll summon our monsters. So 1, 2, 3. Now we can go Synchro for 7. Go for Monoceros. And we'll trigger it to bring back Grievous. Then we will go Synchro for 7 again. And we'll go Prima Donna. We won't use her effect right now, but what we will do is we'll synchro off with the Neptibus for the Dragite. This cannot be targeted by monster effects if it's been used as a synchro material, I believe. Yeah, so this can't be targeted with monster effects. So you could get away with not putting this underneath a Mermail King. Right. Then we will put down Sidra Abyss and link those 2 off for Coralline Enemy. We'll use the effect of Sidra Abyss, pitch the heavy infantry, and we'll bring back Grievous. Shadow Squad and Minstrel. We will actually we'll synchro. We'll go that, and we'll synchro the Monoceros and the Minstrel off. We'll get our Xingyu. Now we can use the effect of Coral Anemone to bring back our Prima Donna. Now we can link these two, XYZ these two for the Virtue. And use the detach that, and we'll add the prints back. Oh, and on summon we'll add the trap as well. Do not forget that, seeing as we are playing it. Right, there we go. Now we can use the Prima Donna effect, returning the Nibiru to our opponent's hand and summoning our barrier statue. And then we can link these two off for Neptibus and set the Virtue string. So we've got barrier statue that can't be targeted because of Neptibus, the Virtue, we've got the Virtue stream, we've got a Qingying, and we've got a spell negate of the Dragite. We don't, unfortunately, have anything to trigger this discard on our opponent's turn, but that's not too bad for a pretty suboptimal hand. Shuffle back up and do that again. Hopefully we can get a hand where we open Neptibus, and I can show the line of that. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll swap that one out for something else. There we go. And I'll show the Neptibus line. There we go. So this hand, we just need Neptibus and a water monster. So Perulia fills that position. These could be anything else, but it doesn't need to be a life water monster. So we'll go ahead, we'll normal summon the Neptibus, and we'll use its effect. And the standard line, we send Shadow Squad. And add Dragoons. Shadow Squad triggers, summoning the Abyss Pike. Abyss Pike triggers, discarding the Dragoons we searched. To add Abyss Shrine. Then we trigger the Dragoons, and we add the Deep Sea Minstrel. And this is where we need another water. So we go Minstrel and any water in our hand to look at our opponent's hand. Take their Nibiru out. Now, this is an important thing. If you happen to see an Infinite Impermanence or an Effect Veil or something, and they haven't used it yet, I don't know why they wouldn't use it on the Spike or maybe the Neptibus, but if they have one, there's a line here you can do, which plays around it, which is great. So we'll say we saw an Impermanence in their hand and they didn't use it. We'll banish the Nibiru from the Minstrel. Now we can go Abyss Shrine here, tribute the Neptibus to summon the Coelacanth. The Neptibus will trigger, summoning from grave, and it will summon the Dragoons. So because we saw that they have an Infinite Impermanence in their hands, we can keep the Abyss Spike on the board, and so the Coelacanth is protected from targeting by being able to tribute another fish monster. It does end with one less body in the end board to make links, but it's not a huge deal. But you can also do the Snowdrifts Giant stuff here. But we've seen the impermanence, so we're going to play around it. So we'll use the effect of the Coelacanth. We'll discard and summon 2 monsters. So Pike and the Reptolfin. We synchro for 7. For the Monoceros. And we use the effect, summon back Grethus. And obviously now they can imperm again, but that's fine. Right, then we can go. Actually, we'll go. Yeah. Grethus and Pike for Prima Donna. Then we go Monoceros and that. For Trite. Effect, so you can summon back the Grethus. And we use the Grethus effect, we can summon back either a 3 or a 1, depending on whether you want Dragonite or a level 10. We'll go for just a 1, because they're always going to have at least one hand. Synchro these off for Dragonite. Then we can go Hydro Abyss on the top there. Those off. Yeah. For the Coralline Enemy. Coralline Enemy, discard 1 for the Psydresser, and we'll summon back. So we'll go 1, 2, and 3. Overlay those. We could synchro for Porpoise and end up with a Kraken on our board here, or Stone Giant to trigger their Dragoons. But here we'll just go for the Virtue. Effect to search. And we use the effect to add back. Detach the Minstrel. And we'll add back our Prince. Then we can go Coralline Enemy. Bring back Prima Donna. We'll link those 2 off now. For Neptibus. We use the effect of the Prima Donna, returning the Nibiru to their hand to summon the Barrier Statue. And we can synchro for 10. So we can either go Qingying or Ice Jade here. I quite like the Qingying, to be honest. And yeah. So if we didn't see the Nibiru, or if we didn't see the Imperm in the hand, we could have searched this, discarded it, and had the Neptibus beside your line live. I'm sure there's still a way. I'll show the full combo of just Neptibus and a water. If you play the Magic-y, you can get away with having a few less cards having to discard because you search the vanilla, which could be worth it with either like 7-colored fish, or you try a Cyframe engine and have driver in there. Obviously it's not a water, but it's vanilla that the Patu can search. Alright, so let's just go through. Have water, prince, and there. So if this was our hand, I'll go full combo. We'll, no interaction from our opponent except for the potential of Nibiru. So we'll go normal Neptibus effect. Send Shadow Squad and add Dragoons. Shadow Squad, summon Pike. Pike, discard Dragoons to search Abyss Shrine. Dragoons to search Minstrel. And we use the Minstrel. Take the Nibiru out of their hand. Use the Abyss Shrine, triggering the Neptibus to summon the Coelacanth. Neptibus effect, bring back the Dragoons, and we can overlay here for the giant. We don't have a water in hand to reveal. Let's pretend we have another water. So yeah, if this was just Patu, you wouldn't have that issue, but we do need another water to reveal. So reveal that, add the tokens, then Dragoon's effect, and we'll search for the Poseidon. Now we can use the effect of Coelacanth, discard the Poseidon, summon out Reptolfin, and our 2 remaining Abyss Pikes. There you go. And we can synchro for 7. Monoceros, bring back Crethus. We can use that now to bring back either Neptibus or a 3. We'll go for 3 this time. Let's bring back that. Then we can synchro again. For the Prima Donna. Prima Donna, synchro for the Abyss Shrine. We'll go for the Ice Jade. And we can go Monoceros, Trite, effect. We can bring back anything. I guess we'll bring back 4. And we go. No, bring back 3. No, it doesn't matter. No, bring back 4. Sorry. We'll stick Poseidon on top of the Abyss Tract. Link those off for an enemy effective Poseidra. Bring back Greethus, Minstrel, and 3. We can overlay. We want those 2, sorry. The Virtue, effect to search, and we can use the effect to attach the Minstrel. To add back the Prince, we can use the Coralline Enemy to bring back the Prima Donna. And we can link these off for the Neptibus. I'll put it on this side. We use the effect of Prima Donna, returning the banished card to their hand to summon from deck. So we can summon the statue. And synchro for 10. And Virtue Stream. So off of that, we've got 2 level 10 synchros, the Barrier Statue, the Virtue Dragon, Virtue Stream, and the Prince, protecting these from targeting. We've got Abyss Shrine engraved to banish to trigger the Chingy if we need to. Discard the Neptibus, which can summon back the Poseidra. After we've used Virtue Stream, we could also banish that to trigger the Chingy if we don't want to use this at the time. So there's a lot of options there. Yeah, that's what I've got. Still experimenting with the deck, but yeah, give it a go. I think the deck's actually quite far from dead. Yeah, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below. Thanks everyone.